School, House of Parliament, and kita makan ada program kursi kosong tu. Parliament pun selalu jadi kursi kosong. But that shows not a good attitude. So, right, really try to make yourself available at all times because while you voice out your concern on behalf of your society, on behalf of your class, on behalf of your friends who are not here today. So, please use this platform effectively. And at all times, please maintain your adab, maintain your manner. As much as you disagree with your friend, as much as you hate your friend during that point, it's so against my personal principles, you have to be here and debate and disagree with election. If ideas opposing you. Belajar sincere kan? Macam mana nak buat argument? Itu revision sikit. Of course, you need to have your stand, provide your general premise. Then for the second paragraph, consider opposing view and give another general specific premise. And for the third paragraph, yes, give a rebuttal to that opposing view and also another specific premise. So basically what I'm trying to say here, whatever you argue, whatever you debate in, make sure you have your data. Make sure you have your facts. Jangan berbahas dengan angin, jangan berbahas dengan satu orang, berbahas dengan fakta. Itulah yang akan membezakan perbahasan kita di wayang ini dan perbahasan yang lain. Okay, so that's all from me. But before that, yesterday I did ask our dean, do you have any message for me to pass to the students? Simple je, message daripada dekan kita. I just want to remind the students and to ask them to be a good Muslimah whenever they are, wherever they are. So basically, with that, I officially open Cfs for Parliament 2023. This is the first speaking last one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ridwan, for a wonderful speech. Now, without wasting any time, I will pass the floor to Brother Muhammad Aiman Firdaus bin Kamal Azman as the Speaker of the House to start the mock Parliament 2023. Please welcome.
Honorable members, please rise. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wallahi wa billahi wa tallahi. I, Muhammad Aiman Firdaus bin Kamal Nur Azman, solemnly declare that I will perform my duties and exercise my powers as the Speaker of the Parliament of Center for Foundation Studies, International Islamic University Malaysia, 2023, honorably, faithfully, impartially, and conscientiously. Honorable members, you may be seated. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Honorable members, let's commence our parliament with Ummul Furqan al-Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم نحن نقص عليك نبأهم بالحق إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم هدى وربطنا على قلوبهم إذ قاموا فقالوا ربنا رب السماوات والأرض وقالوا ربنا رب السماوات والأرض لن ندعو من دونه إلها لقد قلنا إذا شططا. Kami ceritakan kepadamu hal mereka dengan benar. Sesungguhnya mereka itu pemuda yang beriman kepada Tuhan mereka, dan kami tambahi mereka dengan hidayah petunjuk. Dan kami kuatkan hati mereka semasa mereka bangun, lalu berkata, Tuhan kami ialah Tuhan yang menciptakan dan mentadbirkan langit dan bumi. Kami tidak akan menyembah Tuhan yang lain selainnya. Jika tidak, bermakna kami memperkatakan sesuatu yang jauh dari kebenaran. Surah Al-Kahfi, chapter 18, verse 30 to 40. عن أبي سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول من رأى منكم منكرا فليغيره بيده فإن لم يستطع فبلسانه فإن لم يستطع فبقلبه وذلك أضعف الإيمان رواه المسلم. Barang siapa di antara kamu yang melihat kemungkaran, hendaklah dia mengubahnya dengan tangannya. Apabila dia tidak mampu, maka dengan lisannya. Dan apabila dia tidak mampu lagi, maka dengan hatinya. Sesungguhnya itu adalah selemah-lemah iman. Narrated by Imam Muslim, hadis number 34, 40 hadis Al-Nawawi. The Parliament of Center for Foundation Studies, International Islamic University, Malaysia, has directed the speaker to make a statement at the beginning of each session about the duties and responsibilities of honorable members. I begin by reminding honorable members of their duty to observe the standing orders agreed by the House and to behave with civility and fairness in all their dealings. The behavior code applies to members and it applies to others who visit or work in Parliament, and it provides clear guidance. Unacceptable behavior will be dealt with seriously, independently, and with effective sanction. The House asserts its privilege of freedom of speech. That privilege is enjoyed by members of Parliament only in their work in this House, as private individuals, we are equal under the law with those whom we represent. It is there to ensure that our constituents can be represented by us without fear or favor. It is an obligation upon us all to exercise that privilege responsibly. I know it can be frustrating not to be caught in a debate or to be called very late. Prioritizing the debate, question time, urgent question and statement in which you seek to participate is one way of trying to avoid that happening. Finally, I want all members and everyone in the parliamentary community to be able to go about their work sincerely. Before moving to the first motion of the Parliament of Center for Foundation Studies, International Islamic University, Malaysia 2023, I would like to express my very best wishes to all honorable members and to all those who work in this House. Honorable members, with the greatest pleasure, I would like to invite the first delegation to propose the motion before the Parliament. ويتفضل مشكور.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And salam Malaysia Madani. I say a very good morning to all the parliament members and the honorable speaker of the hall for today. So let's begin our first motion of the day by saying IIUM, as you can see, an international award-winning institution for sustainability. The real question is, are we living up to this title? Which brings us to our first motion of today. Next slide, please. Committing to the SDGs principles, the practice of 3R should be enhanced. So let me pass the mic back to Brother Ilyas for medicine.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Najwa. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I draw the attention of the Parliament today to raise the motion of committing to Sustainable Development Goals principles. The practice of 3R should be enhanced. I am the Speaker, representative for MESTI, Global Scout Club, Red Crescent Club, PERKIP, Lunch, ECT, and Press want to address to the very concerning issue. Aligned with goal number 12, which is to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns, we want to raise this issue with the headline of the plastic consumption problem in our university. Based on our observation, every single night, the garbage is always full and packed with plastic containers. When we wake up for super prayers, passing the bin areas, the plastic packages overflow the bin. Do you all agree? I take it as a sign of agreement. In fact, most of the waste being thrown out consists of plastic packages from cafes. The proof is on the slide. You can see to the next slide. Here, we can see that the plastic packages is full with in the bin. There are literally 4 and 2 bins full of mostly plastic and polystyrene food packaging. This is a very concerning problem. Let's say half of the students in Cfs, which is 2,000 students, take away their food from cafes twice a day. And we take into consideration that one plastic packaging is 50 grams. Every student could throw 100 grams of worth of plastic packaging at the end of the night. At the end of the night, we collect all of the plastic packaging that we found on the bin. 0.2 tons of single-use plastic packaging from cafes being thrown every day. 0.2 tons of plastic packaging every day is not a matter that we can take lightly. Can you imagine? It will form more than this rough calculation if we include the other plastic waste. We say IIUM is a university which focuses on sustainable development goals. This problem should not be happening in the first place. Instead, the situation really contradicts our university. To combat the issue, we present the idea of that we want to suggest to CFS needs to impose new policies to ban or reduce the usage of plastic packaging. Our mechanism is to make the students bring their own usable food containers if they want to take away the food from the cafe. In our slang, we call it Tupperware. These reusable containers are far more better than single-use plastic. To implement this, they have to provide the same size and type of food container because of different portions that can be taken by the students. This is to prevent the idea of the cafes to charge the students with different prices if there are different sizes of food containers. The campus should link with one high quality supplier for this reusable container. Moreover, before you ask how about the students who may forgot about their food containers in the room, here I suggest to MRC to provide an alternative for the students who forgot to bring their containers by setting a separate table beside the cafe for them to buy. Which is we may set the price Rm 1 ringgit for one paper packaging. MRC can place a piggy bank on the table for the students to buy the paper packaging. Hence, the money which the earnings that we gain from the selling of the paper packaging could be used by the Hisbah to provide dish soap at the pantry. Indirectly, this alternative could avoid the problem of the students leaving their unwashed dishes and containers if there is a dish soap provided at the pantry. Okay. That is the solution that we have for this issue. This solution might be a hassle for the students. However, we are the change maker for the next generation. If not us, then who? We should not tarnish our so-called institution for sustainability. We must change our mentality for the future. I will show you that if mechanism is successfully executed, I can assure you that this will be their habit, not only during their lifetime, but also outside of the campus, which will indirectly will be the pioneer of our country to change those recommend and may change the culture of nation on practicing sustainable development goals. That is all from me, and next I will pass to the sister Nadia.
Okay, so let's continue with the second problem, which is the absence of consistent and permanent recycling systems. Next slide, please. So before we go to anything, let's see the timeline of where we have to plan this permanent, efficient, and consistent recycling system should be done in Japan. So first of all, the longest phase, which is phase one, will be conducted in the Mahala. And the next will be the student center, followed by the Jordani building, as well as the mosque. Next slide. So the mechanism for the budget that we estimate is that we need three sets of three industrial sites, 660 meters recycling bins. So 9 of those will total up to 6,750 ringgit. Where will this money come from? For now, we plan to have the Mahala manage everything, which brings us to our next slide, which is the mechanism for management. So who will manage the monitoring, pickup, and revenue for this recycling system? First of all, for the monitoring, it will be mostly Mahala fellows and principals, whereby they will need, or if they need the aid of the MRC, HRC, as well as the ENC to cooperate in this particular system. Next, for the pickup, we are already in contact, where contact is already established with two companies of recycling, which is Alam Flora and SW4. So we will obtain data from them every week, where we will schedule these particular pickups, and they will send back data to us as to how much waste we managed to collect in kilograms, as well as how much money was generated from those waste every week. So the data management and reporting of all these information will also be conducted by the HALA and the aim of the related society. So next is the modus operandi mechanism, where guidelines need to be issued for wrongful disposal. For example, papers should be crumpled, any plastic materials that's dirty needs to be cleaned, and any should be compressed in needed. Okay. So next is the mechanism for regulation. In order for this system to be properly implemented, there will need to be a student regulation and appropriate fines, where we will suggest integration in the instance module for during the room week, and the discipline and consistency of the students are required. Here we will ask the cooperation of the ENC to help remind and to help conduct programs that are fun and educational, as well as that is in par with the sustainable development goals. So that is all from me. I'll pass the hall to Ms. Pati.
So I will explain about the impact that our two solutions will give to CFS IIM. So the
Sorry,
first one,
you only have 5 minutes more for the presentation.
alright, okay. So first one is student will develop the habit of 3 hours. So as of 2022, Malaysia recycling rate is 33.2%. Of course, this is a good rate, increasing from this past year, but we need more. Recycling is very important as of in this climate change. And the second point is CFSIIM as a benchmark for other foundations for another institutional education. When we when we implement these two solutions, it's a very good example, leading example for another education institution. And for the third point, it's a long-term investment for the FSIIM. As you can see from our recycling system, it's actually quite lots of budget that we need to provide the industrialized site bins. But for the long-term investment, not just for our environment preservation, but when we get the revenue, it actually helps the financial in FSIIM. And the third one, the last one is this is our responsibility and this is our amanah. Aligned with the Rahmatan lil Alamin and the amanah as the Khalifah, we need to we need to preserve the environment, and also we need to be in part of this with this effort in combating the climate change, as we have experienced now the heat of El Nino that because of the influence of um, climate change and also the increasing of global temperature, this effort we need to realize it and implement it in order to combat this climate change. So that's all from us, and right now we open the hall for questions.
Thank you to the three speakers for presenting the first motion of the House. Now, I would like to open to all honorable members for the Q&A session. Anyone who wants to have the question, you may raise your hand and we will give the microphone to you. Mr.
Swallow. Am I audible? But my first question to the delegation carrying this motion is number one, charging 1 ringgit for a one-use paper bag. I think personally it's too expensive for all the students because that's basically another fine in and of itself. And then the delegation said that they will conduct another fine that they will integrate in the statutory module. So I would like to ask, why 1 ringgit for a one-use paper bag? And number two, what are the amount of fines that they will integrate in the statutory module in and of itself? That's my first premise, my first question. Number two is the delegation refers to themselves as we when it comes to the one that will be collecting data in order to carry out this motion. I would like to ask, who are we exactly? Are we referring to the delegation currently in the hall? And if so, what will happen when the delegation leaves the FS? Because we are no longer than 2 or 3 months here. So when the new batch comes, who will be conducting this and how?
Anyone from the presenters? You may answer the question.
Alright. Sorry. So thank you for the question. So for the first question, why we charge 1 ringgit for the paper-based one use, right? Okay, so actually that's the alternative if the students forgot to bring their own container. So the main things that we want to cultivate the culture of bring their own drink container to the cafeteria or dining hall at the mahala. So let's say they forget because it's not embedded in our self, right? So we provide the alternative of 1 ringgit. And so when we provide 1 ringgit container, we will never forget after that because it's cost a lot for just one use, right? So next time we will bring our own container. So this is our way to cultivate culture in the society, Cfs Iium community. Okay, so for the fine, for actually we didn't discuss about how much we will provide for the fine, but I think it will be less than 50 ringgit because these regulations is just to encourage students to bring their own container, to use less plastic, and to be more in greener community. Okay, so for the second question, sorry. Oh, who are we? Okay, so as mentioned by representatives from MACD and GCC, we here referring to the MRC for the recycling system because we know that we are not here for a long time. For specific only a year, or for our batch, it's less than 2 months right now. So the one that actually permanent here is MRC principal and fellow. Sorry, it's not MRC, sorry, principal and fellow. So for the upcoming year, when we want to implement this recycling system, they can refer to the principal and also the fellow in Mahala. Is that answering your question? Is that answering your question?
About the, okay, for the question about the delegation that we're carrying out, yes, it's answered. Thank you very much. But as for the charges, I think it's too.
Sorry, brother. Can you stand up?
As for the charges, I think it's too much of a change for the first time we're implementing this permanently, right? So, my suggestion would be to lower down the charges a little bit, as we are carrying, because you said that there will be 4 phases, right? So why not increase the fine as we go through the phase?
Alright, we will think of that suggestion. Thank you for the suggestion, Ayu. Alright.
Thank you, Ms. Speaker. Anyone with the second question to the presenters? Yes, Mr. Speaker from Orators Club. You may ask your question.
Alright. For handling the recycling system, they suggested that using the money from MRC itself, but eventually if you can see that people in MRC itself have their own budget, they need to be provided with their own program. Which means 6,750 ringgit is not a small amount of money. So therefore it is possible for them to contribute 6,750 ringgit for this program only. So that's the question.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, my question is related to what the representative from the orators asked. So, Mr. Speaker, everything we do, whether it's good or bad, it has a big impact for us. So, we don't want something like talking the winner. Okay? So, we need to have a real plan to that future students can get the benefit. So, through what RSC, RCC, Perkin, LAS, MEXI, GCC, and PRES already have a special plan or mechanism to overcome financial problems in making this issue a success with indeed a break. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you, both speakers. The presenters, you may answer the question.
So thank you for the question. So regarding the budget that we plan to do, first of all, you already stated the general management of this particular cycling system is to be handled by the Mahala, which refers to the principals and the fellows of this college. So it doesn't necessarily have to use the funds of the MRC because MRC is a society, and therefore this system will be handled by the higher up, by the Mahala. And so if we are planning to,
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Regarding to regarding to the budget provided to MRT being used for the recycling methods, it is not decided by us. It is up to the top management either to accept our suggestion to use the we are not sure about the usage of the budget from MRT. It's because of course the usage of budget for society which is MRT is solely for MRT activity only. It is not about this facility which is recycling bins should be provided to another budget from another budget which is from CFS website to provide the mechanism of the recycling method to make and support this utility as the utility to support sustainability and to together achieve the sustainability development goals. It is the top management which decides where we want to come the budget from. It's not from the MRC budget, not from another area budget, but CFS must provide another budget to buy this electricity.
Thank you, honorable members from Division of Nestle. Now we would like to open to the third question from any members of the floor. Yes, honorable members from the Division of Harmony.
Yes. Since the answer given by the delegation from FP and DCC is appointing the responsibility to the Mala office, in our side, we believe that when it comes to waste management, it is not the Mala office nor the management that involve the CFS itself. However, I believe that it is directly. So it's not a moral question, but it's more of a suggestion. Why don't we put the responsibility of the data and the management itself to the director, not directly to the other office? So,
Thank you, delegation from Harmony. The presenter, do you have any response to the suggestion from delegation of Harmony?
I agree with the statement from the Harmony representative. Yes, this mechanism, we only discuss about the mechanism. About the execution of this spending is up to the top management. Like, they will bring outside company to provide the facilities to our university, or our university itself provide this facility. It is up to the top management. Today, here we want to discuss about the mechanism that we want to bring. This one from me. Next question.
Thank you, honorable members from delegation of SC. Now, sorry for SC, the delegation from Focus ask the question first.
the status. That's all good. Thank you. I think I want to refer to the motions as asked by the representative from the MSC. I guess when we come to the motion itself, the respective members of the MSC, GCC, and also the stakeholders need to actually discuss more than just giving top management committee to decide themselves. I think it's better for the students from this part of the parliament, from the societies, and all from the representatives to discuss together and create a better plan which we just sampaikan to them in order to make sure that when the management receive it, we have actually a better plan in this whole issue. So this is my 2 cents. First. Second, I think when referring to the fine, it's better for us to put high fine, because that's what the fine actually is. It is a form of positive punishment where we punish the pesalah by application. So So, Mr. Speaker, as I referred before, I think it's better for the fine to, if not 1 ringgit, we just lower it down, but at least at an amount, if people want to use plastic or containers, they will feel like, oh, this is actually very burdening to me. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member, from the Delegation of Focus. To the presenters, we will respond to the suggestion or just want to proceed to the next question. Okay, moving on to the next question. I think this may be the last question for the presenters. Honorable members from the Delegation of SCC, you may ask the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So to the delegation, I want to ask, you see that for the regulation of students, meaning that you will address the fine, right? The fine, sorry, the summon for those who are students, right? So our delegation proposed that instead you are burdening students with the fining. I think you should address some more another mechanism, which, like for example, okay, when you make a mechanism which make the student more interested in doing the recycling process. Understand? For example, okay, when the students bring the recycling thing, so there are some machine there when they're doing the 3 hours process, and when they get some rewards, for example, the money and so on. So instead, my point here is that you are burdening the reward student, another student with the finding. So instead, finding with higher fine. Okay? So I think instead you use another mechanism which actually attracts more students. So that's what we're proposing for. Thank you.
Thank you for your concern, honorable members. The presenters, you have at least 60 seconds to respond to the suggestion.
Testing. Mr. Speaker, I'm referring to the question. I try to answer for behalf of them because I think that's the thing of fine. We are fining someone to order to make them obey the rules. If katakan we give a fine amount which is very light and people can buy it. So we put kind of sanctions or reinforcement to them to make sure that they will not buy or support any product that were related to the plastic kind of thing. So I think referring to brothers from the NCC representative, I think there will be a mechanism of 2 ways, which is the first is to reinforce them to obey to the law, in which we fight them. The second one is to create awareness, to create a program, to create a campaign, where we will encourage the idea of make sure that we can membudayakan this kind of system on our Cfs Iium. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sorry.
Thank you, honorable members, and for the presenters. This will be the end of the Q&A session. I commend this bill to the House. The motion proposed to the House is the theme of environment and campus life. Committing to SDGs principles, the practice of 3R should be enhanced. The presenters are from Global South Club, RCC, Perkin, Lance, Messi, GCC, and Friends. Now we are moving to the voting session of the first motion of the Parliament. To those honourable members who agree to the motion, you may answer and vote as yes in the link. And to those who disagree with the first motion proposed by the presenters, you may answer as disagree or no in the link that will be provided by the Secretary and Secretary. So all honorable members, you may cast your votes in the main digital link that has been provided by the Secretary and Secretary. If you agree with the motion, vote for yes. If you disagree with the motion, vote for no. And if you abstain from being voted with the motion, you may vote as neutral. And then submit to the Secretary and Secretary in the list. One delegation, I mean, each of you have one vote, not one delegation for one vote. That means, for example, India, delegation of India, they have three honorable members. That means there will be three votes from delegation of India. Each of you has one vote, and please use it wisely. I think there are still about 20 more honorable members still has not cast their vote in the list. So please do so in less than 1 minute. Alhamdulillah, honorable members. Now we have the result for the first motion of Parliament Cfs Iium 2023. The motion proposed before the House, electing environment and campus life, committing the SDGs principles, the practice of 3R should be enhanced. The yes 41, the yes 45, the no for the neutral status. Therefore, the first motion, committing to SDGs principle, the practice of 3R should be enhanced, agreed by the House. Thank you very much. Moving on to the second motion of the House. Honorable members, I would like to invite the second delegation to propose the motion before the Parliament. The motion of the second motion of CFS Iium Parliament is this House Muktamar suggests that the campus curfew should be revised and addressed properly. This motion is proposed by CMC, engineers, and NILEX. To all presenters, you have 10 minutes for the first presentation. Thank you.
further about the motion of how to judge that the campus curfew should be revised and addressed properly, which is the delegation of engineers at with CMC and MIDAS. Next slide. There are three main issues regarding to our current curfew hour. First is the safety of the students, especially female students. I'll give you a situation where a student would rather stay outside than coming back to their class just because they want to avoid getting compound. This is far more dangerous than coming back to CFS because there will be negative consequences like getting kidnapped. I know that I know that there are low possibility of students our age to get kidnapped, but the possibility is never zero. So it is better to be safe than sorry. Also, if they are staying outside of CFS, there are possibility of them getting involved in negative social activities like doing drugs. If one of our students do drugs, they might peer pressure their friends in CFS, and all of the students might get involved too, meaning that it will eventually bring harm to both students and university aims. Second is transportation. If students come back from outing after 10 p.m., transportation like Grab or Maxim are not allowed to come in. Let's say you're just coming back from home and there's only late tickets available and they carry a lot of stuff. Imagine having to walk around and carry all the stuff from main guard to Mahana. Doesn't that sound so burdensome? Our sixth issue would be curfew in Mahana compound. These days, in Mahana, sisters can only stay outside before 12 a.m. And after that, sisters need to go back to their respective groups. Not all students have the luxury of having free time. Some of the students have a very packed schedule from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 8:30 would normally be personal hour where students have their dinner, break, and rest. So the time left is 8:30 to 12 a.m. If we do some math, it's only 3.5 hours, which is a very short period of time. Realistically speaking, where else would be a proper place to have a group discussion if it's not in Mahalla? So, we came out with a proper solution regarding to the stated problem. First, for the transportation, for students who came back to CFS past every hour due to late sleep, they should provide the evidence of their ticket. In the ticket there are estimated times when they are going to arrive, Kuantan or USC. So, the maxim should be allowed to come in to ease the students' movement. Also, there should be an option of whether they want to be escorted by the guard if they need to walk from the guard to Mahala. This point is dedicated to people, to students who is alone, who came back home alone. My second solution would be allowing students to have group discussions past 12 a.m. in Mahala compound. I know some of the students is only hang out and not discussing. For them, action should be taken. But if students who want to have group discussion, then it should be dibolehkan. As our last solution, which is the most important of all, curfew hour until 10 a.m. should be dismissed. If we compare to other universities, the average the average curfew hour is 12 a.m. This consider extending the curfew to 12 a.m. This is for safety reasons and a bit more freedom for the students. That is all.
Thank you, honorable members from delegation of Indian. To the other honorable members from both other presenters from CMC and VLEX, you may present your suggestion. Or you want to proceed with the Q&A session. Thank you, honorable members. Now, I would like to start the Q&A session for the second motion. The House offers to all honorable members to ask questions related to the second motion proposed before the Parliament. Yes, honorable members from delegation of Convenience.
Alright. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Speaker and also presenter. Looking at the solution, which is the last one, the curfew should be extended until 12 a.m. Based on our past experience and my experience personally, I've handled so many programs which is extended until 11:30 or until 12 a.m. And according to my past experiences, we have discussed with SSC and also, and we have given them the details, our names, mahalah, and all the details of the students that is involved in the program, and also the rehearsals and something that is extended until 12 a.m. But after some discussion, and also we have given all the details, it is said that it is not in the system, and we still got chased away by the guard with the reason that we have no letters, which is saying that we are allowed to do some rehearsals and also, preparation for events. So, how are the presenters are going to make sure that these procedures are going to run smoothly? That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members from delegation of Convenience. Before answering the question, I would like to remind to all honorable members, before using the word from Malay or other language, you may ask the permission from Mr. Speaker. With your permission, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much. To the presenters, you may answer that question from honorable members. Yes, honorable member from delegation of Milan.
Alright, first of all, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and from Convenience. First of all, we would like to explain again. This motion comes for we standardize the curfew student, we standardize the student curfew to go back from Mahala. It is not just specialty for programs, or if they get the special privilege or special event, but it is for standard curfew hours. Even though if the student had the discussion at SC or maybe other place, he or she must go back to their mahala, even though they are sister or brother, before 12. Because as we all know, right now, only the brothers can have the curfew to go back mahala up until 12. But the sister, it is until 10:30 or maybe 11. Paling lama dengan ide. Because of that, we are suggest this motion to make sure if any student wants to have any activities outside the mahala, can do so up until 12, because we know the duration time for the sister especially up until 10:30 is not reasonable. So
we would like to suggest this motion, and yeah, how we will ensure this method can be run smoothly. I think we have the respected, I would like to say, our guys and PB right now really functioning well. So maybe they can use their powers to make sure to just follow the rules. If we give them the extended up until birth, so they will be the ones that can make sure this method runs smoothly. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members from delegation of Village for the answer. Now we would like to open to the floor for the second question to the presenter. Yes, honorable members from delegation of SCC.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Right. So thank you so much to the Mr. Speakers and all the representatives. So for this motion, I would like to highlight 2 points of mine. The first one, I would like to elaborate why the few hours has been with your permission, Mr. Speaker. Kenapa the few hours dijadikan lebih awal? Due to the past cases, which is from the previous time, which is there has been a lot of cases of Istilat, and most of the students have been caught with Hazmat, and then yeah, you know the Istilat lesson, alright? So that's why the queue to 60 hours again, and to suggest that RDW also like have has the idea to extend a few hours, but we as the current batch cannot convince the RDW to extend due to kita pun sama je. Okay. So this is like the highlight due to kenapa a few hours tak boleh extend. However,
Please in English, sorry.
sorry. Alright, so for the suggestion, which is like we all hope when we have a program, we can like get the extent to calculate by the approval letter. But the thing is the procedure is quite complicated. So for my suggestion here, I would like to suggest to make the procedure of approval for getting mahalah late not to be complicated. Like usually, for instance, for the Seven Festival, we as the committee of Seven Festival must have like the all the details of the members who are going to get him a halal late, and then just like the procedure to basically the procedure that we need to deal with the NO, deal with the author, and all the stuff that for the supplemented including the RW. So I think the suggestion is by we also need to refer to the Mahala, which is MO, just saying that there has been a few students and we give up and we list out the name or some next people from Mahala will come up will come into the Mahala list. Right. Am I like alright. Alright, I think that's all of it. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members from delegation of SSD. To the presenter, you like to answer and respond to suggestions, or you just want to proceed with the next question?
Thank you to the delegation from SEC for posing the question. So now that you have classified on 2 main points, now I would like to focus on these main points that you have posed. Number one is regarding cases and the reason why the curfew was early, so was made early from 12 to 11 as it is right now. Now I would like to pose you the question regarding intellect. It's not that intellect related issues can happen even in the day, regardless of night time. It doesn't matter if it's 12, or 1 o'clock. Whenever it is about the nature of human itself. It can happen any time of the day. And another thing that I would like to note here is that why can't we take example from both our husbands? Their current curfew waiting for them to respond, and how long will it take? Imagine if there are 30, 50 students in a day that would like be programmed for the session. So more than 50 people PMing the Mahala. And how fast can they respond? And after that experience, my personal experience with that, even if you have the approval, they are difficult to believe you. Yeah. So I suggest that we avoid unnecessary work, we complete it 100%, and we just spend it like 50 hours for all students.
Members from delegation of elect. Now we open to the next question. Yes, delegation from Pembimbing. Before the delegation of Pembimbing asks this question, I would like to remind to all questioners, you must ask your question at least maximum 2 minutes because we want to open more questions and more time for the presenter to answer the question. Thank you.
Mr. Mr. Speaker, actually I want to ask you about a statement order from the about the statement from the SCC side. So I want you to report on the 23C about a question do not contain any argument, different opinion, imposition, implicit or misleading, ironical or offensive expression. No short question, be prominent or be asked information on the decision. So I want request the opinion from the speaker about the statement that has been said from the SBC. So that's all.
Honorable members, I think you may put what kind of statement that he has supposed mentioned in his question.
The SBC had issue malicious suspicion on the issue of the istilah. It said that the student that had a group discussion until 12 actually um, they are actually doing istilah like that. So I want to have your opinion about this issue. Thank you.
Order, I think for the standing order argued by the delegation of Communal, I accepted. So I would like to remind the body to all honorable members, please do not agree with any order agreed by the House. Sorry, and we would like to open to the next, and I think this will be the last question. Yes, delegation from the field, sorry.
Yeah. Am I audible? So, this year I am totally agree with this motion, but I have another specific or alternative motion, which is you can mention about 12 a.m. and so forth, right? My suggestion is that for those who want to enter the campus, we can limit the curfew hours to 12 a.m. for all students, for brothers and sisters, right? For those who have activities, for example, ABS or non-ABS activities in the campus, we can extend it past 12 a.m. because I think when the activities itself is in the campus, the issues regarding safety and another unnecessary issue should be with your permission, Mr. Speaker, should not be disampaikan, but we are in the campus itself. So I hope the representative of seniors, the MCMX, can consider my idea.
Thank you, delegation from here. Now, the presenter will have any 30 seconds to respond to the suggestion. Honorable members, you may respond to the suggestion.
Then, can I confirm from delegation here, is that you want to extend the curfew hours from student enter the campus or enter the mahala? Alright, so we will from delegation engage, see and relax. Because of the short time, maybe we can think later about the suggestion, but I think it is quite impossible to extend more than 12 m. But thank you for the suggestion. We will figure out later. Thank you.
Thank you to all President and honorable members from delegation. Now I commend this bill to the House. The second motion of Parliament, Central Foundation Studies IIM 2023, this House, Muktamar suggests that the campus curfew should be revised and addressed properly. The proposed from CNC, engineers and Milan. Now we would like to moving to the voting session. To all the participants and honorable members from delegation, we have changed the voting system, which is the link will be the link will be sent to the delegation WhatsApp group. And now the voting system has been changed, which is if you agree to the motion proposed in this house, sorry, if you agree to the motion proposed in this house, you must cast your vote as in favor. I repeat, in favor in the link of 20 meters. If you disagree with the motion proposed before the House, you must cast your vote as against in the link. I repeat, as against if you disagree with the motion. And if you want to not involve in the voting system, you must cast your vote as abstention in the 20 meters. So agree in favor, disagree against, and if you don't want to participate and involve, is abstention. Now the secretary will have to mention the link now. To all honorable members, the voting session is only for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, we don't accept any votes from all honorable members. Thank you. Alhamdulillah, honorable members, now we have the result for the second motion proposed before the parliament. The motion is House Muktamar suggests that the curfew should be revised and addressed properly. In favor, agree to the motion, 48 delegates. Against or disagree to the motion, 19. Abstention from the motion, 30. Therefore, the second motion is agreed and accepted by the House. Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah, honorable members, we have finished the two motions for the team under environment and campus life. Now, we would like to move into the second theme of the motion, which is sports. Honorable members, I would like to invite the third delegation to propose the next motion before the House. The third motion under the theme sports is Cfs Iium should create official sports club with official positions to improve sports competition and accreditation. This motion is proposed by Citra Club. Delegation from Citra, you have 10 minutes to propose your suggestion and presentation. Thank you.
Subhanallah. Thank you, Speaker. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to begin my speech, my motion, with a hadith. In hadith narrated by Ibn Umar, there are three kinds of exercise ordered by Prophet, in which he says, teach your children swimming, archery, and horse riding in Sahih Muslim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Okay. Why sports club needs official position in Cfs Iium? Okay. I would like to ask you a question. Do you know Muhtar Ali? The greatest football player in Malaysia? Is he the president of MAM? No, right. Do you know Lee Chong Wei? The greatest badminton player in Malaysia? Is he the president of Badminton Malaysia Club? No. So why in Cfs Iium we don't have the president of football, we don't have the president of futsal, we don't have the president of ping pong and so on? Okay, I will address the problem here. First and foremost, the lack of clear leadership, organization, and decision-making structure within the sports club. Okay, for those you know, the NCC have a Bureau of Sports, which is Khalifah Game, right? NCC. All the sports we need to discuss with the NCC and the sports development unit. But why they don't have official leader, right? Because I would like to address my personal experience during our Citra program. We need to rehearsal, right? We need to arrange our chairs for the audience. But what sports we do in Kawa? What sports we do in Kawa District Hall? Badminton, ping pong. They also need to train. But during we arrange our chairs, someone came to me. Are you president of Citra? Yes, I am. Do you have the permission to use the hall today? I say I have the official approved letter from the FSC, from the LCU, from the SPEC meeting. I have the approved letter. But they say they also have the approved. By which I say, where is your letter? But then he said, I don't know. I don't know. Yes. Then I just said, just tell your advisor or your coach, you have a letter, you have a hall. You have it first. Okay. By which I will address the second problem, unclear roles and responsibilities leading to confusion and inefficiency. Okay. We all mostly of a class, we want a greater audience, we want the largest audience from the students, in which the Kawan Hall, which can handle 1,500 students. Alright? But the ping pong player needs to train. The badminton player wants to train. But we always in confused of which have the permission to use the with your permission speaker, the place, the tempat kita nak practice tu.
because we share our value together, right? In such a thought together we make the world a better place. But then, if we don't solve the problem, we're not going to make this world a better place. We're just going to argue over and over, but then we don't have the solution. Our third problem, difficulty in managing finance, legal matters, compliance, and club records. I want to ask all of you, how many of you contribute in sports? Officially, who the first 11 of football? No? Badminton player? Right. Of Malaysia, our government has been proposed the satu murid satu sukan, right? For the primary school, secondary schools. But why we stop them? Why in Cfs we don't have the one murid, one sukan? In ways I believe the students here are very lazy to go to the stadium, to have fun and sport. They just study. Do program. But they don't practice their stamina. They very unhealthy lah. Sorry. Okay. So next slide. The fourth problem, ineffective communication representation of students. By which I believe, okay, for example, at the center of Mahalah Biruni, we have what? We have food stuff, right? But my friends always told me, there are too many people. Sometimes they even, with your permission speaker, they even gaduh dalam satu tempat. Tempat kecil. Okay, so if we have a solution for this, they can communicate each other, like president of futsal, we can gather all the MES, like, oh, you want to practice, you want to compete here, okay, we can arrange our time and venue. Okay, the fifth problem, challenges in long-term planning, goal setting, and achieving growth. Okay, for example, I believe most of us are from what? Is your question? Asrama, right? Yes, most of us are from Asrama. We have the ethos of the school, such as I'm from and we have rugby. Rugby is our ethos. Okay, and I believe some schools have the football, the sport ethos. It is the one that brings the name of the school or the college to the be famous. Okay. So by the name their school become famous, they are more perceived to be good school. It's good environment. Okay. Six, unresolved conflicts among club members that I addressed in the early statement. Because Citra, we all the 30 class and more are under SU, leadership training unit. But why under sports development unit there is the Legal Hakim? I just confused by that organization. So the seventh, insufficient representation of members current needs. Okay, this I would like to highlight the Cfs Iium Club, Karate Club, Aikido Club, Cfs Hanafi. They all need the equipment, the taekwondo. They all need the equipment, the body protector, the headgear, but they don't have the proper place to train. Where they train, the open space in Ghazali, the open space in Kadil, the Kawasmi Hall. But because of for example, Citra, we always do the program in Kawasmi Hall. They don't have the place to train. I offset, sorry to mention, Ustaz GD, the advisor of Aikido. I have made a problem with him, and it is very.
Please don't mention.
Sorry. I'm sorry for that.
Order, please. You have at least 1 minute more for your presentation. I think you can proceed with your presentation.
That's the solution. So I propose establish official position within the club, such as president, secretary, vice president, treasurer. So we can select more money. We can use that in a very good organization. Okay, so the second, clearly define roles and responsibilities for each position. So the president of football can discuss the president of badminton, such as we can organize for example, smack, but more organized. Like say, for example, in smack we don't have the football for we don't have the basketball for sister, right? Okay, but most all of my friends want to join the basketball team of sisters, but they don't have the official competition. So, the state implement proper governance, administration, and financial management procedures. So they also need propose to the SU and so on. Okay, so they approve venue. Okay, the next slide. Designated representatives to facilitate communication and defend the club externally, so they can communicate with them. Involve official position in strategic planning, goal setting, and policy development. So this also include the organizing, which is they need to do a proper. Not the captain of the team must handle the paperwork, but the president. So they can take the handle on the talents of the student. He or she can train, but the paperwork need to be done by the president. Implement conflict resolution mechanism to address disputes early so that we don't have any problems anymore. Ensure official position advocate for members' interest because they promote their sport and they need to attract more students so we can become healthy together. So the next slide. The mechanism. Official positions provide clear leadership and decision-making authority within the club. So we have the transparency and we can do a better job becoming the president of the club. Check assign specific roles and responsibilities to individuals. So the captain can train the students and we can compete better, right? So governance, administration procedure, ensure legal compliance, financial management, and record keeping. So this is what I highlight. Then we need to buy more equipment, such as because we are fortunate that we have spec recently. We have spec and we have SAM, Second Asset Simulation. That handled here, the UIA has contributed more than 400,000 ringgit Malaysia just to buy and to upgrade our facilities. But we don't need the second asset simulation actually to upgrade our facilities that simplify the student life. We just need to do that, not the second asset simulation, then we do. We need to do every year. So the next slide. The official position participate in strategy planning, goal setting, and policy making process. So, if you all know, the facility is the back of stadium is very are not done yet in the making, in process making. So, if we have the position, we can urge the management to fasten the process because I believe they have the budget. I become transparent with the dean and he said we have the budget. Well, we don't have the need to spend the budget. So, my suggestion is by we have the official position for the sports club, we can urge the management to spend their budget more on us, and we have the better Cfs Iium in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members from the delegation of CITRA. Now we would like to open to the question from any members of parliament. Now the first delegation from Mahala Biruni. You may ask your question first.
idea is a very good idea, but I think it's lack of the mechanism. First, if we have a lot of sport, like let's say we have football clubs and tennis club, let's say, who is going to be the advisor and who can control the financial and so on. That's number one. Number two, I just want to, if you're concerning about the sector of creative, econs went to friendly football match with Alex. So we can just go through the president. I don't think that is I don't think that is any reason, any solid reason why we need this sport youth club. If we can just go through the president. And also, to add to on your argument about the heart of the community, I think we experienced the same the problems. Okay, when the MRC want to do the program, also we have the spot in the Kawa. I think we should reschedule the schedule that has been made by the SFS. Maybe let's say in the weekend, if we have the let's say we have the event, let's say it's an event, so when the event uh, that means that you should get the letter right, the result of letter. But let's say if the person that is the report person doesn't have letter, then the report should be that's the one that are wrong, not you. So that means that you just supporting the problem of the person. So you have the power to consider that, oh, I have the letter. So you don't, so you have to pay out, not me. So thank you.
Thank you, remember? Yeah, you may answer the question.
Thank you. Okay, the first advisor. Okay, so as you know,
We have so many stuff here, and actually we can give them the title for the advisor. Okay, this is just a suggestion. But as you know, in Gopa, they have their own coach, which is you are sponsored from the outside. Okay, that is one more solution that I suggest. The second, you say in focus going to have football competition with Malek, they just need to just go through the president. That is, I agree. You just discuss on you and you just discuss and they agree. They decide the day, they meet, we one by one. Okay. But what I would like to highlight is the next not concerning the LDS, which is just between the football club. Okay, for example, we have the football club like 30 people, and the team A wants to compete with team B and so on. Just the organization between the club, between the sports club. Not concerning the LDS. Okay, and the third one, the later, yes. This I would like to say that yes, we have the power because we have the data, right? All of us have to approve data. But without mentioning the name, they very with your permission speaker, very degil. Okay? Very tak nak dengar cakap. They just want to write. And that's why I would like to mention in the next portion is today or um, today, which is the staff transparency with us. They don't have the power above us and we don't have the power above them. We all need to go through the official procedure. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, honorable members from delegation of Interact, you may ask your question.
Okay. Right. So example to the children's education, which is, let me just mention that the students today, they are not keen to play sport or even going to the stadium. But what are the solutions for those students whose class is 6 p.m., whereby between those months to with others, we are specifically 7 p.m. So, I guess that's very short period of time, after prayers, to by the emails, but even they are tired because, attending class lectures is very exhausting. So, that leads to the, I would say, inability, they are not really energetic to play sports during that short period of time. So, what is your solution to this issue?
Yep. My solution to the issue that the student doesn't have the time to play and do not have the energy. But naturally, we students go to sports to release stress, to release tension. Actually, they don't need the 100% energy to go to the stadium to play, to run, and so on. But they just need to get the fresh air. And some students, not all students have the class from 8 to 6. Sometimes they have the class until 4. And after asar, they want to go to the stadium and so on. That's optional for them. Optional for the young students who want to join the sports. That is optional to them. They have an energy, they can, with their permission seeker, they can turun. But kalau tak nak, saya turun. We just provide the facilities, we just provide the time, provide the easiness to go down, but if they don't want to, then it's up to them. Thank you.
Yes, honorable members from delegation of press, you may ask your question.
That's one. That's elaborate on work. Two questions for the presentation. The first one is about the mechanism of how will the student representative be elected and who will be interviewed. The second one is I would like to point about the mechanism. From the issue covered, I believe that we just discussed about how the venue will be shared and all that, how we will assess about the venue and all that. But what is the keadaan memaksa by the agent of speaker? Keadaan memaksa for us to form the sport position. For example, we can take football. Football, let's say what we want to make football position, football icon. So we are here to stay for like in range of 1 year, and we can say that in football competition there is no official football competition among Asasi. So I do think that there will be no need to form a sport position because there is no keadaan memaksa selain daripada isu yang di-cover dalam slide which is about the value which can be settled by just Azhar wakil from that spot.
Yes. So answer the first one, how will be elected? Same level, same such as us. Generally, the most talented will be the captain, right? The most talented one will be the captain, right? For the president, they don't have to be the most talented person, but they have to be the most that have the leadership. They have the communication skills. They have the leader skills to communicate with other leaders. And who will point, such as the advisor or the coach, or the SU itself, they can point the high court. Okay, for the second question, no need. There's no need for official high court, official sport position. Why I address this is because for students, we can give them more support. And I would like to answer your question with in your question itself that the person will just need to communicate with the staff members soal. Who are them? With your question tiga, diorang tu siapa? Awak tu sudah biasa. Awak dijelaskan apa-apa ke? They will ask it. Okay? Because my personal experience, I have experienced it myself in the first semester. But that is my problem because I did not address myself as president of Citra. Okay. So they need the position to tolerate with the staff, to tolerate with the management. They need the position. And actually it's good for them to improve their leadership skills, their communication skills, their teaching skills. It's for the good for both of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we open to the delegation. Thank you. I think that is the reality. It is not a subject, that is the reality and the fact of the situation. The same order is related. Thank you. Now we open the delegation from committees.
Mentioned by Chief Nabi, this motion urge us to propose an official class. Whereas we have to have an advisor, the official hierarchy of the class, and also, as mentioned by Chief Nabi, we have to tell the staff for that to fill the role. But then, who are they and are they eligible for that role itself? Sports class. We cannot really give permission to use that sports class without a full purpose. A class is sport. That has to be specific purpose. If this class is purpose of this class is to have more competition about other universities, we have to we have as you all know, we have like I said, for your information, now they have the selection result for monthly of the candidates. So my question is to Shishra himself, is the formation of this official club, is it really fulfill the purpose of the club, or is it just to maintain or promote the smoothness of curriculum of many which we are supporting this club to basically affect better place for sportsmen to compete, or the club is just for smoothness of very good. Thank you. Actually, I presented my slide that we want to yes, for the smoothness of booking events, booking venue, and also for the club itself, such as, do you know how many students involved the archery? What? Less than 10. How many students involved in the frisbee club? In the Malaysia Provincial Lontar Peluru? Kita ada. We have the Lontar Peluru. We have the Lontar Chakra, Bali Chakra, and so on. So with the official position, they can advertise their sport, attract more students, and make more students become healthy. Alright, because for now, if you notice that most of our students are becoming more stressed with the education, with the academic and so on. So it is proven by scientists that with sports we can reduce our stress. So it's for the benefits of the students also. Besides that, we can have the smoothness of the booking venue and so on and so on. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I think that was the end of the third motion Q&A.
I'm very sorry, but I hope after this we can open more questions to other honorable members from many more delegations. Thank you. The third motion proposed before the House is under the theme for CFS Iium should create official sports club with official position to improve sports competency and collaboration. This motion is proposed by Chitra Lab. So all honorable members, you have 3 minutes to cast your vote in the link and will be shared by the secretary and the secretary. Thank you. Alhamdulillah, we have then the result for the third motion under the theme sport. The motion CFS IIM to create official sports club with official position to improve sports competency and collaboration. In favor, 10, against 43, abstention 23. Therefore, the third motion has been rejected by the House. Moving on to the fourth motion proposed before the House. Unfortunately, this motion cannot be debated and be discussed by all honorable members due to absence from the delegation from ECOS. The motion is make the cost for every spot available and accessible at night. Therefore, we would like to proceed with the fifth motion of the House, improve the transparency of any venue availability in CFS IIUM and specify booking procedure. This motion is proposed by Relax Society. 50 minutes for you. 10 minutes, sorry, 10 minutes for you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, my fellow delegation, and to all honorable members. I, representing the Law Student Society, would like to propose a motion which is improve the transparency of any venue's availability in Center for Foundation Studies International Islamic University Malaysia and certified booking procedure. So, there are two issues that we are going to highlight for today. Which is the first one, students are not informed about the availability of sports venues. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is the problem of this issue? The problem is, imagine, students walk from the Mahala, especially Mahala Biuni, come to the Kawarisi Hall, just to pay the badminton, but suddenly, the venue has to be occupied by the staff. But supposing, as we know, that the staff spot is not using. But in one case, the staff took and used the venue on Thursday. So, can you just imagine the feeling of the students, how disappointed they are when they want to play the badminton, but the staff occupied the venue. Okay, next. So, what do we have to acknowledge here for today? We have to understand that students don't have any students who are not part of committee. They have it's beyond their power to know and access about the availability of the venue. Second issue, clash of interest in booking the same venue on the same time. So, what's the problem here? The problem is, as we know, anyone can book any venue if the FSC booking is not done yet, with the concept, early bird catches the work. So, what's wrong with the concept? The concept is when there's this tendency or maybe redundant booking from too many of the cycles. In fact, there's a tendency where the original plan, or as we know, almanac, or any booking plan is not to be followed as we planned at our first semester. Besides, changes also always occur to our program or academic schedule. And lastly, not only that, we also know that students can only consult about the venue to the officer in charge to know about the availability of the venue. But we sorry. But what's the problem here? The problem is when it needs to be consulted during the office hour. For sometimes students have class from 8 to 10 and 12, yeah, as you know. And then for some maybe students go to the department go to the office during the lunch hour. Lunch hour, of course, they have break. So students can't do any consult during that time. So for the session, we from Relax would like to urge the management to provide a virtual platform where every student can check the availability of the venue, whether the venue is occupied or not. Because why? In the benefit, that's right. We believe that with this kind of initiative, will give some benefit to the students, such as first, physical booking is not required since we can do it on online. And second thing is, students may access anytime and anywhere, we will make it easier for them to intervene or make any plans for any program or any movement from the society or any individual activity. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the presenter and honorable members of the delegation of Relax. Now we can have more enough time to give the opportunity to all honorable members for the Q&A session. Now we open the floor to all.
Am I audible? Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker and all the candidates. So, I just want to ask for the clarification first. When I say that there is no need for the booking. So, I want to ask, so how the booking of venue will be conducted? How the online processes for the booking of venue will be conducted? As you all know, the process for the booking venue that after you get approval of the program, you need to make a booking with the operator, and then you need a form to get the stamp from your advisor or take in charge, and then you submit the form to the FSC. I just want to ask a question about how the booking process if there is no need for the physical booking. And the second, like the delegation provided say, the platform, they want to create a platform where students can view the venue which is whether it is already occupied or not. So I want to ask, the platform will be released to the only to the high cost of the society that will conduct a program or to all the students. Like example you give that the badminton, like the student wants to play or anything on, but they actually stop to book on the other day that it's not stop. So I just want to ask the platform will release to the high cost or to all the students so that if they want to play badminton also, they can view the platform. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you for both questions. Now the presenter from Legend of Village, you may ask the rest of the question.
Yes, alright. Thank you for the delegation for the question. First, I would like to express that first regarding the issue of the method if we don't use the physical booking. First of all, I would like to let you guys think and can you imagine if the iMaklum system has the many types and many services offered to us, such as for booking place, such as, or maybe just look on access to the student, we can check whether the venue is available or not. But I would like to remain to still with izin, ingatkan kepada siswa, first, the process of procedure for booking venue is the same, but it will be going through online platform. First. Second, yes, if we want to give the platform or maybe we will give the availability to students to know whether the Sawang Display Hall is available or not, we must give it access to all students. But maybe it is just for but maybe it is just form that is online database where students can easily see whether students can easily access to know. But to answer the first question, yes, it is still on the same procedure, but it is maybe online. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members from delegation of Village. Now we will open the question from delegation from ETC.
Okay, so hello. My question, I just wanted to give you suggestions for the motion. What about, because you're planning to make it online, right? So the suggestion that we were thinking of is that why not just make that platform modeled by the, as you guys might know, the counseling sessions will be message. So like I said, I'm not we need to put in I'm not for the booking of the thing. But then if you send the counseling session website, it's very simple. You just have to request for appointment and then you choose the time, choose the counselor, and then choose the time, and then you're done. And you just have to come to the venue for counseling. But then for this one, why not just add previous page for the booking, where you have to fill out the details of your booking, as well as maybe upload a PDF or a soft copy of your
Just delegation has to respond to the issue or just proceed. Just proceed. Yes, delegation from
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I just wanted to say that we technically support this motion, and we know that we are now currently using the only Telegram group and the source of information. But we know not all of the students are in the group, and even if they are in the group, then still not aware about all the information. Or ten. So, if all the information can be accessed in iMaklum, for example, it can be more, I think it's more professional and it's more easy to be accessible for all the students. Thank you.
thank you very much. Just minute want to respond. Proceed. Yes, delegation from press.
That's one. That's, that's right. So earlier, delegation from Malek mentioned about the double price aspect. Which you mentioned about a original idea. So my question is, if we transform to an online platform, what is the difference if the booking when they cover, but still apply to the payment term, which is double price aspect?
So delegation from Milan, you want to respond? Yes, another member of delegation of Milan, respond.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I have another question for you. Okay, first thing first. Okay, you said that the online platform is not accessible for the student and maybe the high com who wants to make any programs, right? Okay, so here is my question. Okay, what if, as you said that platform, online platform, the aim for the online platform is for to make things easier. So that, what if the individual, what if the students who want to use the venue for individual use, for example, they want to use the Hawah Whitney Hall for playing badminton, and another organization that wants to make an important program on the power in the house, and then they need to fight each other. Instead, we know that which one more important to help to be help in the power in the house, and how to solve that kind of problem.
Thank you very much. Another member from delegation of Milan, you may answer the question.
Right, first of all, I would say thanks to GDC and TFC for the suggestion and improvement of ideas. First, I would like to respond from Fred. First question, what is the difference if we still using online platform or we just go to the FSD and book because it is still the same concept. With this tak boleh cepat dia dapat. But the difference here is we all can access to maybe just one online database. We can have the same info on who is using that venue right now. So if we have all the same information, we will not have to go again two or multiple times to recheck with the FSD whether it is true. It is true that the booking venue or maybe for example this exam hall is belonging to us. I would like to give you an example. It is not extending others because it is a true thing happened. Just like yesterday for rehearsal, there are some issue which is that one said this exam hall is going to be used for examination and test for engineering students. So we need to go to FSD multiple times to make sure and recheck if it is true, this venue is not belong to us. So, can you imagine if we all have the one information, we all can access to the same online database, we can see, or maybe staff also can see, if this venue is going to be booking by the other society or club. So they will not to do so, they will not to um, dengan izin interrupt or maybe grab others opportunity to booking this venue. Second, regarding to the student needs to fight each other, I think that's not going to be happen because everyone in this CFS already knows the personal interest should not be higher than interest society of club which is have the operator or higher authority giving access to them. So I think did I answer the question or you just want to? Alright, thank you.
Thank you. Now we move on to the delegation from Mahalan Narawi first for the next question.
The question is that an online system are prone to have a downtime, and as we all know that the internet connection here in Jambang is not that great. And how is the delegation plan to undertake this issue that might arise from an online booking? That's all. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ravi. So regarding the downtime of the internet, yes, we have it. We have a quite poor connection here, but that's not until we cannot access the online database. Second, I think if we want to compare the downtime or the poor connection to access the online database, rather than we will going to FSC multiple times, and sometimes when we go there, there are no one there. So I think that's the not why or maybe cadangan yang lebih baik lah. So I think already answer the question.
Now we will take the next question. Yes, delegation from ARC. Yes, another question.
So I have two questions to take. The first one is based on what the delegation suggested, the delegation is open to all students. My question is, how should this delegation suggest to combat the duration of requests by all the students? And my second question is, if the booking of venue and activities are open to all the students, how would students with no position also apply for the venue and activities?
Alright, so regarding thank you from delegation, so I think that's the last question. First, regarding how students with no position would like to booking their venue prep. First of all, regarding the booking of venue, just like we said earlier in the presentation, they need to fulfill the requirements such as a coordinator, the form, and everything. So with that criteria, only them can booking the venue. So if students with proposition, as long as they have the right, they have the accommodation, so they can access and they can booking the venue. And I think I just want to make it clear, for the student with no position, or maybe you want to give an example regarding the Kawa Hall. The example of Kawa Hall on playing the badminton station, it is just to make sure students know it is there is any program, or maybe now is the time for the staff will be playing there. So if the students already know, so they will not go to that our hall, which takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time. So I think that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the last question and answer. Now I think we can proceed to the voting session for the fifth motion of the House. The motion proposed before the Parliament is improve the transparency of any vacant availability in Cfs Iium and certify booking procedure proposed by Village. Now we open 3 minutes for all honorable members and delegations to cast your vote in Alhamdulillah, honorable members, we have received the final result for the fourth motion of Cfs Iium Parliament 2023. The motion proposed before the House improve the transparency of any business availability in Cfs Iium and specify booking procedure proposed by Village Society. In favor 56, against 5, abstention 30. Therefore, the motion proposed has been accepted by the House. Thank you very much. Honorable members, we have finished two themes of the CFS Iium Parliament motion under development and under policy. Now we move into the fourth theme under the academic theme. The fifth motion, the date of end of semester examination must not fall on Saturday. This motion is proposed by CJCIM. 10 minutes for honorable mention.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli amma ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to everyone. Salam Malaysia Madani, salam Cfs Iium, salam hidup Cfs. Salam hidup Cfs. First and foremost, we are from National Union of Nation Muslim Students, or can be simplified as NKMM. Have proposed one motion in academic matter, which is the date of end of semester exam must not fall in Saturday. The reason of this issue, we wanted to inline with the examination calendar implementation policy at ITC. Even though it's not obligation for the foundation center to follow this policy, but the positive side of its implementation are really benefits to our students regarding this issue. Second, the students have enough time to make preparation for the final exam. This is because we analyzed and finally decide about three issues, which is the timetable of exam of end of semester exam itself are very fast. Second, sometimes the student needs to attend the examination in 2 days in a row or maybe more. And last but not least, based on the timetable for the semester 1 and 2, you can see that certain students have seats for exam in Saturday, even though it's supposed to be a holiday or a month to relax. So, thus, from the issues, we propose one solution to CFS or any department that is involved, which is to rearrange the schedule for end of semester exam by using only weekdays. Because we believe that by giving time restrictions during weekends, which is on Saturday and Sunday, will help the students to concentrate even more to their studies and achieve good marks in their final. Furthermore, as we know that foundation is a place that everything is going to be faster, including with our examination period. But with CFS consideration and all members of parliament might make the examination period become a little bit longer, it could bring a lot of benefits to the students, so they can fully prepare, took care of their mental health, and also achieve better results. And last but not least, any club, mahalah, or academic-based society have better solution for this issue, it would be our pleasure. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable members from Society CJCIM. Now we open the presentation for all honorable members. You may ask your questions. Yes, honorable members from DCC, you may ask your questions.
our example, we have on from the from weekend to even if putting our schedule on the week it will be like more filling and we can include that every morning. Okay, that is all for me.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members from delegation of Cfs Iuum, you may respond or you want to proceed to the next question.
Okay, to answer that question, the question is if the examination that performed on Saturday will be changed or started with the university, will the timetable will be so to answer this question, I just want to make this mechanism or mechanism which is if we eliminate or we replace all the examinations on Saturday, it will not be replaced on the weekday, which is from the day that they already have the examination paper. Right? If the paper on the Saturday will fall on the next day, which is your examination timetable will be added one more day. So that all the examinations will be occupied only on weekdays while the rest of the SEC paper not closed and visible for all the students. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Now we proceed to the next question from KDC. Yes, honorable members from delegation of Iuum. Yes, you may ask your question.
Responding to the answer coming from the delegation. Uh, the mechanism for this motion is to basically extend the period during the examination week, right? So, personally, I think this is quite hard to accomplish because, one, the average period of examination week is usually 1 week or 1 week and a half at maximum right now, right? But then, if we were to extend this period just so we can give empty space or free time during the weekend, it would be around 2 weeks or 3 weeks at maximum. Calculating that we have three semesters, and then if we would allocate 3 weeks for final exam only, that would be equal to around an extension for over a month for every batch that is to come. So how are we going to implement this for future generations?
Thank you very much.
Then I request to change the slide to the second slide. Okay, other slide. So if you can see that the EOS timetable is we can see it starts at on the Wednesday and it will finish at on Friday or Thursday in the next week. So our suggestion is to replace all the examinations on Saturday, which is you can see we only have one Saturday each timetable. Which is if we replace this day is one day, we only add one more day. Like this, for example, Friday after the examination. So your period will be only about 1 week and a half, and not to be at 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Thank you. Hope to answer the question.
Thank you very much. Now, if I get delegation wants to ask question, you may do now. Yes, honorable members from delegation of GCC.
Okay, hello again. So, about this question, because I don't want to I think I'm just going to give you a message. Really improve on this motion. maybe in a way that improves this motion, not exactly, not that we the exam being on Saturday, but rather on, arranging the subject, better. To give you an example, my schedule, for the exams, I have three subjects, and they all fall on the second week, and I only have like one day gap, like one day gap to study for each subject, and I will do that. But then, at the same time, my roommates who are taking four subjects, all the subjects are in the first week. So I think, in a way, the management said, they know our schedule, and they know this, for like 15 subjects, these subjects that are not like, my roommates, they are like, that's more people like them who are taking three subjects, and they're really taking those exams very close. I would not so, the suggestion is just to ask the management to better arrange the schedule and subjects so that not everything has to be done on the first week for that batch of people and everything on the same day. Something like that. Okay, that's all for me.
Thank you very much, delegation from DCC. Delegation from PCCI, do you want to respond? Just proceed to the next question. Proceed. Okay, thank you very much. Now we proceed to the next question. If other honorable members want to. Yes, honorable members from delegation of press, you can ask the next question.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Actually, I do agree with the GDC. Okay. First, if you want to extend the period of the final exam, it's quite hard because we are the Cfs Iium and we have 3 semesters to finish. So we have 3 finals. Instead of other IPA which is they just only 2 finals, maybe 2 finals because they have only 2 So if you want to extend it, maybe only one day. Maybe you think like one day is like not a big matter, but maybe we want to run smoothly the management and the education management and since we have 3 exams to finish. So if you want to extend one day, it might be it might affect the management of the FSIIM and even if we fill the examination period in such a way, we still link 2 weeks from other IPA. So what if we extend more period for our finals? What will happen for our time management in the FSIIM regarding to the final
Delegation from PCCI, do you want to respond?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank to DCC and also press for the presentation and also this. So to explain and elaborate about what the explanation which is the first tip is about the intention of the your examination. So to be clear and to remind them all, which is if we end the examination at the week, at the yours week, we will have 3 weeks before we enter into the next term. So if we add this one more day on the after the timetable that we have been generally useful. So we will never use the week for us to get our semester break, which is it is still 3 weeks and it is actually enough for us. And yes, I would that's the first thing. And the second thing is I actually agree that the management is actually have to rearrange the subject of the week so that students should not or maybe not to sit for the exam for 3 of audits in a row, because from my experience myself, last time I have 4 papers in 4 days in a row and the second week. Yes, I agree with that. So we will take that as consideration to eliminate the papers on Saturday and bring it to the at one more day on the year's examination. And the second thing to the subject so that one student will not have to sit the examination for 3 days in a row or more, so that we students can prepare ourselves better for the examination. I hope that answers the question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we open the discussion. Now we proceed with the delegation of public.
Mr. Speaker, we now want clarification from the PKBM. If has the PKBM already take note of things like the Minister of Holiday or Mrs. Holiday that will be shortened or other factors like outreach to the space. Because we're really sure that the length or shortness of an exam schedule will definitely impact on the team. Considering that matching this advance calendar, we're really sure that the management, the top management has definitely taken into account other factors. Other factors. That's all.
Thank you very much. Members of the KPM, you might clarification of public.
To answer that question, as we said, typically, we will only add one more day at each of the year's exhibition in each term. So, for example, in this last term, our last term, we will only, for example, we will only add one more day at the final of our final exhibition. So that we still have the 4 to 6 weeks to prepare for the next question. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you very much. I think one last question from delegation of President. And then we will proceed.
Alright. So that's the solution of given by the KPIM. The second solution is not enough with the for your information, according to IUM Constitution of Security, this allows to do the examination on weekends. As stated in the Article 29 and of Constitution, and ultimate celebration of being held starting from week 15 of the regular semester. That means there are nothing, the exception that examination final cannot be held or cannot be held on weekends. That's the first thing. And the second of all, allocation of final exam is only for 2 weeks. So therefore, if we were to reduce into 5 days or on 2 weekends only, it will be many more problems will be happening because we need to compile all the subjects. And the second one also, the solution given by the GDC, the other practice pattern has back. The arrangement of the paper actually is unavoidable because we change the pattern of the subject of the examination. There will be other courses that will fight for their time of the examination. Because why? Because you can see that engineering for subject like UI2, UI1, this is a subject that will be taken by a lot of courses. Therefore, for this motion, I think we cannot do anything but to follow what our minister has said. Sorry for the interruption, Mr. Speaker. I just want to answer for PKBM regarding the question asked by the auditor's representative. I believe he used the term constitution of the IIM academics, right? Okay, thank you. I believe also that regardless of anything that was that was made for us to obey, like the laws, the rules, the orders, and even the constitution, we have the power to amend the constitution in order to make sure that we first, second, I understand the concern about extending the, like the creation and stuff. But also, I have several friends from United where they say, when they actually don't do examination in weekend, and in weekend, they actually extend some of their cuti dengan dia dari tua, which then will become something bad. But like I said, we just take one day from all of the 7 days, which is only in 7 days where we will exempt any kind of examination in order to make sure that there will be no 3 days, tidak akan ada hari yang 3 hari kita exempt. Ingat itu yang betul. Maka dengan ini, saya ingin untuk menekankan kembali bahawa so I want to actually menegaskan dengan with condition of the speaker that the idea brought by the DPM should be considered heavily by the House to actually have more confidence. Thank you. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you.
Okay, before we proceed to the voting, I would like to remind that the constitution of IIM cannot be amended or repealed easily using this method because that constitution is proposed and enforced by the Senate and also IIM President. Sorry to the delegation. Now, I commend this bill to the House. The fifth motion proposed before the House, the date of end of semester examination must not fall on Saturday, proposed by BJPIM, 3 minutes for the whole system. Alhamdulillah, to all honorable members, we have just received the final result for the fifth motion under activity. And I think it is the most crucial result for this parliament. The motion proposed before the House the date of end of semester examination must not fall on Saturday, proposed by Cfs Iium. In favor, 29, against 31, abstention 20. Therefore, this motion has been rejected by the House. Thus, I want to remind that I hope all participants and delegations participate in the vote because we are, for the first motion, only 79 votes. And then for the second motion, 76 votes. And the previous motion, only 74 votes. And I hope all participants take part to cast their vote because this will be our decision for the future success and achievement. Now, before we move to the next motion, I want to ask about the consensus agreement to all honorable members. Whether all of you want to proceed with one more motion, or we want to proceed after 2 p.m. Because there are pros and cons. If we proceed now, inshallah, we can finish it at 5 p.m. But if we proceed at 2 p.m., the problem is that we have to finish at 5:30 p.m. Now, you vote for the next motion. The motion is that whether the next motion should be debated now or after 2 p.m. Please, vote. I want the permission. We have indicated you. So anyone who wants to proceed now, just stand up and want to after 2 p.m. just stand up. Duduk balik. No more people to proceed after 2 p.m.
Oh, yeah. So, how you go? What's going to go?